What's up, guys? Adrian Fedkiw from the Bitter Birds here, and doing a video today on the Eagles' red zone woes. The Philadelphia Eagles are among the highest scoring teams in the NFL, fourth in the league with 29 points per game, but they're also leaving the most points out on the field. Moving the ball in between the 20s clearly hasn't been a problem, but when the field shortens in the red zone, Philly's big playability gets taken away. The Birds are dead last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage at 34.78%. You compare that to Denver, which leads the league at 82.61%. On 23 drives in the red zone, the Eagles have just 8 touchdowns and 10 field goals for 86 points. Touchdown percentage-wise, this has been the worst Eagles red zone offense since these stats were introduced in 1995. Even Andy Reid's first season in Philadelphia wasn't this bad when they scored touchdowns on 35.5% of their red zone drives in 1999. Last year, the Eagles ranked 18th in the red zone with a 52.6% touchdown success rate, but there's been a precipitous drop due to the play of Nick Foles. Foles, well, he was phenomenal last year in the red zone, completing 65% of his passes with 16 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 116.4 passer rating. That was second in the NFL, behind some guy named Peyton Manning. This year, Foles is just completing 46% of his red zone throws with 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions for a 67.1 passer rating. The Eagles rank 31st in quarterback passer rating inside the red zone this year, and obviously, well, Foles not doing too hot. The game of musical chairs within the offensive line hasn't helped either. Philly loves to pound LaShawn McCoy inside the 20, but 31 of the Eagles' 61 red zone snaps this year have gone for 0 yards or less. Chip Kelly, he quite frankly, he made it clear during the bye week that he wanted to fix these red zone woes, and, well, it didn't really pay off Sunday. In 3 trips inside the red zone, Philly posted just 1 field goal, and when it was third and less than an Asian's penis in the closing minutes, Shady was stuffed for no gain. I mean, I had a huge issue with the play call there. I don't know why you're lined up in shotgun inside the 5-yard line. When it's third and this much, when it's this minuscule, you should be able to sneak it in about, 75-80% of the time. And if you're not going to use the quarterback in that situation, at least line up under center. You know, I don't know why he's in shotgun. You're not running this offense in between the 20s. You're inside the 10-yard line. You can't be in shotgun. And Chip was asked about this post-game, and his response was that, they tried a quarterback sneak last year against Dallas, and it backfired completely. So, to me, it's like you try a quarterback sneak one time, it doesn't work, and you just give up on it. I don't buy that response for one bit. You don't give up on LaShawn McCoy because he's had a couple bad games. You know what I'm saying? And the red zone issues, they really reared their ugly head against San Francisco, too. During that second to last drive, the Eagles had 2 chances to punch it in from the 1-yard line, and they couldn't do it. And that's when the offensive line was at their worst. Chip didn't even give Shady a chance inside the 1. He had just 10 carries for 16 yards in that one. So going back to Sunday, that last drive was technically a trip in the red zone, although you can, put an asterisk next to it. But at the same time, Foles' first pick came at the Arizona 25, so it kind of basically evens out. Foles talked about during the bye week how he had to get rid of the ball quicker in the red zone. But on that interception, he hesitated, he double-clutched, he didn't set his feet, and Antonio Cromartie had himself, a really easy interception. While Chip says it's the lack of execution that's hurting the team, the Eagles don't exactly have a jump ball threat that can go up and snatch the ball at its highest point in the back corners of the end zones. Now, you can say that Riley Cooper is an option, does have that baseball background, big, tall guy, but he drops too many passes for my liking, and he just doesn't come down with enough 50-50 balls. So the Eagles are basically forced to use deception and the screen game to score points. A perfect example was Philly's first touchdown Sunday. It came at the Arizona 21-yard line. Again, technically not a trip into the red zone, but it basically was, and I love the play call. Philly faked the screen to McCoy in the left flat, and came back right for a screen to Macklin with Lane Johnson leading the way. Fantastic execution, and all Macklin had to do was cut back left for that easy 6 points. Josh Huff took a screen along the left boundary early in the second quarter and picked up 12 yards on a screenplay for him, but he fumbled the ball at the 7-yard line. Obviously, another red zone turnover for the Eagles, but again, using the screen game inside the 20s. The Eagles' leading receiver in the red zone has been Jordan Matthews. 4 catches for 31 yards and 2 scores. Both of those touchdowns came against Washington, and they really like utilizing him along the seam. The guy that needs to see more action in the red zone to me is Zach Ertz. I mean, this guy is a specimen for a tight end. The second-year tight end has just 4 targets inside the 20. That's simply not enough. You got to get him the ball. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, and he really should be able to use that advantage. I do think the red zone offense will improve once Evan Mathis and Jason Kelce return in 2 weeks. That's when I think Philly will be able to use McCoy more inside the 20. But obviously the biggest problem has been Foles. He simply needs to bog down and play better. He needs to execute. He needs to stop turning the ball over. All right, so just be a little smarter. Get in that film room, put your glasses on, put the projector down, and study the film. All right, so that's all for today. For all of our Blog Talk radio listeners of the Bitter Birds, we have discontinued our service with them and are strictly going to be on YouTube now. So make sure that all you guys that listen to that show, don't even look at it anymore, because we're not going to be doing any more radio shows. Our previews and our recaps will now be strictly videos using the Google Hangout. We will have a website up eventually once I get around and I feel like doing it. I'm just kind of lazy, and yeah, just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So yeah, we're gonna have columns on there and even more insight on the birds. So make sure you just I'll let you guys know when that gets done. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter at the Bitter Birds. So that's it for today. I'm out of here. Later all, and hopefully the Eagles can get this red zone thing fixed sometime in the near future. Because once the playoffs come around, they're not going to be winning any playoff games if you can't turn field goals into 6 points. Too many field goals. Too many. I love Cody Parkey, but yeah, too many field goals. See you later, guys.